Every drop of this golden oil costs more than gold itself, and almost no one knows why. In a remote corner of the world, where the desert winds carve patterns into the earth and the mornings begin in absolute silence, a fragile purple flower rises through the dry soil. It is delicate, short-lived, and almost impossibly rare. This is the saffron crocus, the source of one of the most valuable botanical oils humanity has ever extracted. Each flower opens for only a few hours at dawn. If missed, it withers under the heat. If handled roughly, its precious red stigmas break, and the entire bloom becomes worthless. This unforgiving nature is where the story of saffron stigma oil begins, a story built on precision, endurance, and a scarcity so extreme that even gold cannot compete. Every stigma must be plucked by hand. Workers step into the fields before sunrise, their movements slow and controlled, bending repeatedly to pick thousands upon thousands of delicate threads. Many describe the harvest as a ritual. No machines. No shortcuts. Only patience and an understanding that nature will not allow mistakes. For every single drop of saffron oil, nearly 30,000 flowers must surrender their red threads. Once harvested, the stigmas are carried into shaded rooms where time becomes both an enemy and a necessity. The workers sort them by color, purity, and length. Any contamination, a speck of dust, a torn filament, a damaged thread, can compromise the entire extraction. Hours pass in silence as hands move with surgical precision. From here, the stigmas travel into controlled laboratories, environments meticulously designed to protect their molecular integrity. The drying process alone requires strict humidity and temperature regulation. Every step is monitored, logged, and tested. The goal is simple: preserve as much of the natural saffron essence as possible. Then comes the most secretive stage, the extraction itself. Producers guard their methods like family treasures. Low-temperature infusions, micropressure compression, multi-phase separation, molecular preservation, the techniques vary, but the objective remains unchanged: obtain the purest, highest-grade saffron stigma oil with absolutely no chemical interference. During extraction, the air becomes saturated with the aroma of saffron. Workers often describe it as overwhelming and intoxicating, a scent that clings to clothing, hair, and skin long after their shift. The intensity can cause fatigue, headaches, and even temporary desensitization to smell. Yet the workers continue, because the process allows no rest. Slowly, over hours and days, the liquid begins to appear. First weak and transparent, then deepening into amber. Eventually, the oil glows with a golden brilliance unlike anything else in nature. This liquid, luminous, flawless, impossibly scarce, is the final result of an extraction few people ever witness. Outside the laboratories, another reality unfolds. The fields where the flowers once bloomed now lie empty for the rest of the year. The desert resets itself. Winds erase footsteps. Entire landscapes wait in silence for the next short season when the saffron crocus will return. This one-month window is part of what makes saffron oil so rare. Nature does not produce more simply because humans want more. Yet, in luxury markets, desire grows endlessly. Collectors, high-end manufacturers, private buyers, and niche industries compete for the tiny amount of oil produced annually. The limited supply pushes prices beyond gold, beyond platinum, beyond common logic. Some buyers reserve batches years in advance, competing quietly behind closed doors. Others treat the oil as an investment, a natural commodity whose scarcity guarantees its value. But for every drop that reaches elite buyers, there is a hidden cost that the world rarely sees: the workers. Their days begin before sunrise and end with aching hands and strained muscles. They are paid by weight, forcing them to harvest tirelessly under harsh conditions. Their exhaustion stands in sharp contrast to the glamorous world that later celebrates the final product. And yet, without them, the industry would collapse. Every drop of saffron stigma oil carries the imprint of human resilience: thousands of flowers picked one by one, thousands of hours dedicated to perfect extraction, and a landscape that allows this miracle only once per year. This is why saffron oil is not just rare, it is irreplaceable. Its value lies not only in the liquid itself but in everything required to create it: the fragile flowers, the unforgiving desert, the ancient traditions, the laboratory secrets, the labor that few can endure, and the natural limits that no technology can overcome. What emerges is more than an oil. It is a symbol of scarcity, effort, and privilege, a golden transformation distilled from one of nature's most elusive gifts. This is saffron stigma oil. A treasure forged from desert winds, fragile petals, and human determination. And in the world of luxury extractions, there is simply nothing else like it.